Hey everyone, welcome back to LearnXpert. Did you know that Canva's App Store is packed with free apps that can transform your designs? One of the coolest features is the ability to create stunning text effects directly within Canva. From drop shadows to neon glows or 3D effects, these apps make it easy to add that extra flair to your text and make your designs pop. If you're ready to elevate your Canva game and learn how to use these amazing tools, you're in the right place. Now, we are starting off with a simple way to create a 3D effect using just basic text. No plugins or third-party apps needed, just Canva's native tools. So let's start with creating a design, and let's select any of these here. I'm just going to select an Instagram post. So first, let's add some text to our canvas. So let's go to text, and let's create a heading. And let's say we want to put in up. So we're going to create a 3D effect on this word up. So I'm going to zoom in, and we're just going to hold this, hold the Alt key and drag the text above it and just put it slightly off center, just enough distance that the text goes above. There we go. And Canva picks up on what you're doing. So if you're going to press or hold Control and then D, it's going to hold the item in the same interval. So Control and then D, and do it as many times as you want, and you're going to achieve this sort of effect. Now, to achieve that effect, let's click on the topmost layer, and let's change the font, or let's change the color, I mean. There we go. So now you have this 3D effect, and there are a few layers in the background here. You can also change everything by just dragging all of it and unchecking or hold the shift, and let's deselect the topmost layer, like so. And we're going to change the color here. Instead of black, we're going to update it to, let's say, this color, or maybe even darker. There we go. So there's another cool feature on Canva. If you don't want to repeat everything with the same text, what you can do is highlight everything here, and let's go to the File menu and click Find and Replace Text. So let's click on this, and let's find everything with the word up, and let's replace it, say, with update. And then we're going to replace all. There we go. So we've updated the text, and let's just drag this a bit over to the right. There we go. And maybe we can do a letter spacing update here and put that all together. And I'm just going to get out of this selection and close this one. There we go. So now you have this text in a 3D effect. I'm going to hold the Alt button and put this a bit smaller. And you can do this for any text if you want. So you can also go ahead and go to File, Find and Replace, and let's replace everything that says update. And we're going to change it to top 10. Replace all. There we go. So now you have that 3D effect, and you can put this anywhere on your screen. You can also resize it or group that together. There we go. And just put it there. All right. So you can also change the font of everything here in this group. So let's find a nice font to use here. There we go. Or maybe this black font. And there's so many things you can do here. You can change the colors if you want. So say all of this is going to turn yellow, and we're just going to make this top text into purple. So you now have that 3D effect. So to enhance the effect, you can just also adjust the transparency of the bottom layers. Select each layer and click on transparency at the top. So I'm going to ungroup everything, and I'm going to select the bottom layers here. And say, for example, we want to update the transparency to just slightly there. So you have a blur effect at the end, or towards the end of the 3D. There you go, a simple yet effective 3D text effect using basic tools in Canva. This technique is perfect for any social media post where you want your text to stand out. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips. The next thing is we're going to use the warp tool for typecraft to create the 3D effect. So I'm going to add a new page, and we're going to look for typecraft. In this case, we've already installed typecraft here. So you can simply go to apps and search for typecraft. And you should have this. So it is a free app, so you can use that even with a free version of Canva. So we want to type in a text here. So let's call it movie night. And let's put it in all caps. Now you can change the font here if you'd like. So I'm going to go with this font. There it is. And we're going to warp the text so that it feels skewed and tilted. So I'm going to just manually warp this part. Go. And it really doesn't matter if you go crazy with the warping. We're still going to do the 3D effect anyway, so you're going to see that in just a while. So if you're satisfied with the warping, you can just click Add Element to the design, and you have this text. So the next thing you want to do is the same way that we did for this text effect. We're going to go into this, and we're going to move or hold the Alt button and move it just above and off center. You can always adjust using the arrows on your keyboard. There we go. So we want to do that for the rest of the image. So let's redo that. Alt, hold, and click or press Control D to duplicate this. So Control D. There we go. So on the last or on the topmost object, we can then change the color if we want. So let's go with a blue and update the element. There we go. So we have this 3D effect for this word, and you can always rotate this however way you want. So, and let's put that all the way here, center. Maybe rotate that a bit. There we go. So with this object though, we don't have the ability to group these, but just make sure to lock it if you're okay with this position. Another limitation is if you've already selected the color, you won't be able to do that in bulk. So you have to go back into each one and update the color. So this one is in a in a black color. So let's go back to Typecraft and let's select this one. And we're going to select a color here. Let's do red. Update. There. So you would need to go through each one and update it. So the best way for you to be efficient on this is decide on what the color of the 3D effect would be first, make that decision, and then duplicate everything to however many you want. All right. So now, using the Warp tool from Typecraft opens up so many possibilities for creative 3D effects. You can play around with different styles and see what fits your project the best. Don't forget to drop a comment below if you have any questions. The next tool that we're going to use is Type Extrude and Text Maker. So let's explore this on the Canva App Store. So I'm going to create a new page here. All right. So let's go to the App Store and let's click on 3D, or let's type 3D. Look. So as you search for anything that has the word 3D on it, we have here Text Maker and Type Extrude. So let's use these apps. So I'm going to go into Type Extrude first. I'm going to open this, and it's really easy. Let's go to the main text and change it. Let's call it ice cream. Now, you want to be able to update or change the 3D rendering here. So what you can do is click on this settings under the effects. So there's block, there's detail, and there's also line. So let's go into the block effect first. So let's click on this, and we can see the thickness, the angle, and the length of the extrusion, or the 3D rendering. So by updating the outline thickness or sliding this to the right, you can see here that the outline is getting thick. By changing the angle, you can see that change in real time. There. So let's say we're okay with this angle and the length, like so. It's a very smooth effect, and you'll be able to render it right away. It's a really quick 3D maker. Okay, I think I like this design best, so I'm going to add this to the design. And don't worry, because this isn't all final. What you can do here is you can still open the app here under Type Extrude, and you can go back and change things, or like change the font, change the effect if you want. So let's try changing the font to something that we like, maybe a thick font. This one. Nice. Now you can also change the colors. So the main text, you can change it here. And the 3D color, so you can also change it here. So everything here is editable, and you can change it whenever you need to. Like so. All right. So let's explore the other features. I'm going to copy this, or hold the Alt button, and put this a bit below. All right. So I'm gonna select detail, and in here we have other options for the detail. So we have the outline thickness, which is in blue, the angle of the extrusion, the length, and the outline. So it's this one inside of the text. Let's update that thickness and maybe update the angle and the length. Update, and there we go. So if you go into the detail here and change the color of this one into the same like background color, let's try that. We would have something that looks like this. So update the element. There we go. Now let's go to the other one, which is the line design. So do that. And the colors would be, yeah, just the main colors here. And this would be the 3B color. And I guess, yeah, I guess the length would be ideal if it's much closer to the font, like so. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's neat. And I'll change the colors here to this light blue, and this one would be a darker blue. And that's it. So these are so amazing. The text effects are so quick to use on Canva, and you don't need to rely on just the available text effects. You can explore the App Store or Canva's apps if you want. The next 3D app that we're going to look for is TextMaker. So I'm going to click on TextMaker, and I'll open this. All right. So with TextMaker, there are a lot more options here that you can use, and there's more flexibility. So what I'm going to do is I'll just create a new page and use this one. Yeah. So I'll type something here. Let's go for pop songs. Oh. All right. And when you're okay with this design here, I'll just click add to design. There we go. So let's say you're making a song chart of what you love today. So you can just create this one. There are other effects here that are available. So let's explore those. So I'm going to copy this and I'll find an effect that I like. So here, let's go with this effect. And you can see here, see all. So there are so many other effects that you can use here. There we go. So let's say we want a graffiti design. So let's find a graffiti, let's see, street art, and add to design. There we go. So let's look for other for all the other effects here. So we have all effects, 3D, gold, comic, graffiti, neon, retro, metal, fire, and tattoo. So let's go to all effects so that we can see the whole catalog here. Yeah, so I'm going to try this one. And yeah. So once you're happy with the design, there is a specific design for each type of text that you want. There's always an appropriate design for the text that you want. So for example, if you're selling snow cones, this would be ideal. If you're doing a song chart, this may not be ideal. You can do other designs, like for example, barbecue cookout. And this doesn't really work with this design. So let's find something that works better for the intention of this text or for the meaning of this text. So let's look for something related to fire. So I'm going to go into this fire here. And we're just going to select something here. I'm going to do this one. There we go. So add to design. And we're going to wait for that to appear. There we go. So now it's more appropriate. It's not showing blue or white for a barbecue cookout, and this is more appropriate for that for this event. So I'm gonna create a new page, put in this design here, and maybe put in an element, a picture of a barbecue. So there we go, and put that on the background. There we go. Yeah, there. Yeah. So there is an appropriate effect for all your applications. So just make sure to think about the effect that you want first before going crazy with the designs in TextMaker. So there you have it. These apps are fantastic for quickly creating professional looking 3D text without needing to know any advanced design techniques. They're user friendly and perfect for anyone looking to elevate their social media posts. And that's it. Different ways of creating stunning 3D text using Canva. Which method do you think you'll be using first? The basic text method, where you can always change the words by finding and replacing the text? Or do you want the skewed text using Typecraft? Or on type extrusion for these 3 different effects? Or on Text Maker? It has more features and not just this, not just these 2. There are more here that you can explore. So let me know in the comments below which ones you used first on your designs, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like this video, subscribe to LearnXpert, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming Canva tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and happy designing. Bye!